Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today, I I want to talk about Streamers University. Yeah, this is a little university thing, I guess, from Kaisenet, and I don't think I've ever talked about Kaisenet on this channel, but just to give the TLDR, I don't like him. I think he's very fucking annoying, and he's one of the streamers that's just like everything I hate about streaming, which is like everything feels so forced, and it's like that classic content creator stuff, which is like you're just chaotic for no reason other than just to be like chaotic for content. It's just like I understand trying to like appeal to your audience and all that, but I just feel like he's one of those content creators online that's just like he overdoes it and it's just like overly annoying in my opinion. Um, it's just every clip I see of him, it's just kind of like oh chat, like one of those streamers, which is like way over the top, and then he just seems yelling, screaming, just unfunny shit, and it's just so brutal. It's so annoying. Um, but he created a thing called Streamers University, and he picked out, I guess, like random streamers. I don't get the concept of Streamers University. When I first saw it, I thought it was kind of the dumbest thing, and then now that it's actually been happening, this past week, it's actually it's in actuality the dumbest thing I've ever seen, because you know we have all these streamers, like all these grown people, um going back to like it's not even like college. I've seen like clips and screenshots, or rather pictures of like what it is like in the university. It looks like a high school classroom. So like it just feels like that these were all people who peaked in high school, and they're trying to live they're trying to relive their glory days of high school. And they, the teachers, like, I know Pokemon is one of them, and some streamer named Cena, and like they're wearing like schoolgirl outfits, which is like, you're not even a student. Why the fuck are you like wearing schoolgirl outfits? And obviously they're like, the schoolgirl outfits are in a specific manner, which is kind of like, well, I think this is Pokemon specifically. I think Cena was wearing semi, regular clothes. But I know Pokemon was like kind of wearing like a schoolgirl outfit, and it was like, alright, you know, I'm not trying to say anything, but like you can tell it's like, yeah, I mean, she knows what she's doing with that. It's just kind of weird a little bit. And then apparently, um, I've already heard of like two instances of like the streamers like apparently sexually harassing Cena or Pokemon. Not like, not that either of them got like harassed like twice individually. I've just in general overall for like anybody, I've just heard that that was the case. So yeah, it's just I don't know. It's just kind of annoying, I guess, because like we have all these people who really want to make it big, and when obviously like these streamers, these individuals are going to like be man, I'm just gonna go out there and I'm gonna be like as chaotic as possible. I almost just said neutral for some reason. I'm gonna be chaotic and really loud, because that's what streamers do, and that's what the audience is like. And people are actually watching this. It's just I don't know who is sitting down and indulging on this content, but this feels like the Love Island of like chronically online people. Love Island, just in general, is the worst like mainstream TV show I have ever heard of. just degenerosity all over the place. I feel like Streamers University is the same thing, but for chronically online people who, you know, have no life outside of the internet. And, you know, the reason why I still have to hear about it constantly is because, you know, I've given up with, like, you know, blocking or like muting words or like accounts on Twitter, because I just know that there's always going to be like a steady pace of like dumb or annoying accounts on Twitter, which is kind of like they tweet about dumb stuff or like they tweet about dumb people. Like, it's just so dumb. Like, I've seen like, you know, update accounts, like news type accounts for streamers. Like, I'm sure if anybody's watching this, you probably have heard of the looks maxing guy, like Clavicular or something. Yeah, there's a Twitter account called Clavicular Updates where they talk about like news regarding Clavicular, and it's just like, who the fuck is not only behind this, but who the fuck is following that shit? I cannot fathom. I literally just hiccuped just now. It's nothing about that is normal. You know, it's just, it's so fucking weird. I hate how streaming is just, you know, doing random shit. You know, it's just like being loud and, you know, disruptive and public. It's just, I miss when streaming was just kind of like just chatting or just playing games. And when you were a streamer back in the 2010s, that's what it was. You were a person who streamed games on Twitch or something, or YouTube, or, you know, you just chatted with your, you know, audience and all that stuff. Nowadays, it's just like in real life streams where people go out in public and just like do stupid shit, and I just hate it so much. You know I kind of shit talked Kai Cenat at the beginning of this video, but like, I'll give props to due. He, you know, he was on the grind and he had lots of celebrities, and it's very cool, very, very fun. But like, I've had like a coworker in my job before just being like, he sincerely has gone up to me and just, you know, asked me if I knew who Kai Cenat was, and he's shown me multiple clips with Kai Cenat, like a few times, and he's just like, yo, this guy is funny. It's just like, I have to like put on the fakest smile when he pulls out his phone and just shows me a clip of Kai Cenat, because there's just always the same shit of him yelling at the camera and just being stupid. And then, you know, he recently started streaming again, and like the only clip I saw, or really the only types of clips I saw circulating around, was just him like running around his room, jumping around, being like, yo chat, we back chat. It's just, who watches this shit? Like, I cannot deal with the way that streamers these days are and how dumb their fucking stupid content is. It's not even content. And like, there's other streamers where like they hang out with like their friends, not even friends, just like people who want to use each other for clout and shit. It's just, it's always like the most degenerate shit imaginable. It's so annoying. And I'm just wondering who's like sitting here watching this shit. You know, like one of them that I remember off the top of my head is just kind of like, I think it was that Rake guy, that black kid who looks like a racist character art from like the 1950s, which is like, he was streaming, I'm pretty sure it was him from his stream, and like he had like a bunch of people in the background, and one of the women in the background started twerking, and the chat was going crazy. Like, there was like lots of comments coming in like, whoa, like www, like stupid shit like that. I'm like, oh my god, I cannot fathom actually how I have to share a planet with like people who watch this kind of content. I like, they walk amongst us probably when they have to leave the house to get like, you know, food, or maybe they Uber. But like, there's people who possibly leave the house after watching like a Kai Cenat stream, or just any streamer for that matter, who like any type of streamer who's like this. It's just so concerning that I can just pass by any of those individuals at any given moment. It's just it's horrifying. And you know, I cannot fathom that people actually sit down and enjoy this kind of content. It's just, I don't know, man. It's so weird. And you know, the streamer university stuff just started. There's already, you know, like I've been saying, you know, just annoying clips and just, it's just the recipe for disaster. There's gonna be like a documentary about this whole thing in like 10 years from now, after like all the stories and allegations get out about like half the people who are there. Well, yeah, that is it. I just wanted to kind of not really rant, just like some of the stuff I've seen from Twitter in general. So it's not like this is an in-depth video or anything like that, but yeah, that is that's going to do it. Hopefully you enjoyed, and bye.